It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We're live in Houston where the Rockets have home court advantage. So the Pelicans win the tip. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Davis and Ashik in the middle. Evans and Gordon are the guard set. And it's Pondexter in at the small forward. Here's Pondexter. And Davis, here we go. And the rebound goes to Howard.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. And so it's New Orleans with it.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy. One of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
And it's Evans missing. And so it's Houston with it. Here's Lawson. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Lawson's got the opening field goal of the game for Houston. Here's Gordon. And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Ashik with a screen on Lawson. They get a hand on it. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
The Pelicans have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Lawson against Evans. Feeds to Gordon. Down low. That's good from Davis on the assist by Eric Gordon.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Kicks to Moniunas. Ariza outside. Evans against Harden. And that's Evans penetrating. Harden grabs the miss.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoffs last year.
Here is Davis, following the score by Trevor Ariza. On the wing, Harden, defended by Gordon. Harden can't hit.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Davis with it, picked up by Moniunas. Evans passes to Gordon. Uncovered. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now, here's Howard. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Back to Harden. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Here's Gordon. Evans outside. And here we go with Lawson running it right up the court. And Harden with the stuff.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
And it's the Rockets on the break. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Harden's got 10 points in the game. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Houston.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Guys, James Harden, quite possibly the most devastating rim attacker in the league today, just refuses to slow down. Wayne Clark, he's going right at the basket.
Yeah, he's got it all, Kevin. I mean, he's so thick and strong and has deceptive moves and explosiveness. When he gets inside, he's scoring or you're fouling.
Capella's checked in, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Ty Lawson. Some changes for New Orleans. .137 left here in the first quarter. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul.
And when you're defending Harden, it really is a pick-your-poison situation. I mean, we talked about his driving, but you can't gap him because he's also a very good shooter and passer. So that double team that you want to provide as well, he's real good at finding that open man. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And guys, another thing about Harden, he draws so much attention defensively. So even when he misses around the rim, oftentimes it's going to create offensive rebound opportunities for the Rockets. So he takes the whole defense with him.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 10. From 13, they grab their own miss. Pelicans trail by 9. And Holiday kicks to Cole. Here's Ajinça. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And it's blocked. The Pelicans have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Here's Anderson. The shot no good. And it's Houston the other way. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Harden giving him lots of trouble. He's already up to 10 points, and he's picked up 1 dime.
And what's gotten into him? I mean, he is going crazy out there.
Man, I tell you, partner, it is so much fun to see a player playing with that kind of freedom and just taking over like this, guys. Really impressive.
Free throw drops for Harden. Well, for James Harden, with his incredible regular season last year, Clark, you knew he was in for a great postseason as well.
And it was a bit of a roller coaster for him in the playoff run. I mean, he could vanish one game, but then explode for 40 in the next.
And with Harden in the playoffs, it was an all-or-nothing situation at times. He definitely stole some games for Houston in their run to the conference finals. But, man, did he have a rough one when they were eliminated by the Warriors.
Boy, they've got them on their heels the way they've been running the ball up and down, right down their throat.
Yeah, some explosive plays we're seeing now in transition have really keyed this run.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Pelicans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. 19 seconds left to play in the first. Anderson against Modi Yunus. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The free throw drops for Modi Yunus. Modi Yunus drops both of them. Here's Cole. There's the triple, and he gets the bucket. Now, here is Harden. He knocks it down right at the buzzer!
That's a shot he'll never forget, as dramatic as they come.
He's got a special knack for the big moments. The bigger the moment, the better he is.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
Rockets leading by 12. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. So the Pelican five right now. Evans and Gordon are the guard set. Davis and Ashik in the middle. And it's Babbitt in at the three spot. Here's Gordon. Terrence Jones making his last shot. He got right to the cup using that screen.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Well, that's not been a typical possession for them in this first half. You know, for the most part, they've been pretty smart with the ball.
Pelicans trail by 12. Evans outside. Rockets with the rebound.
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponent. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe two, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes shot for shot.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
And something not a lot of people talk about, Ty Lawson's defense. He has the lateral quickness, Clark, and strong lower body that gives, point guards fits.
Yeah, he's like a fire hydrant in terms of his build and strength. He's a good ball defender, but he gambles sometimes, so that can cut both ways. He'll get steals, but he'll also put you in tough positions defensively.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
In talking about Lawson's defense, he was down in steals last season. But a part of that is because he stopped gambling as much. He's learned where to pick his spots.
Marcus Thornton, who's checked in for Houston. Marcus Thornton. To Babbitt. Shot off the pick. And the Pelicans miss again.
Getting back to Ty Lawson, he's under 6 feet without shoes, relatively short wingspan as well, yet he's always had to deal with size limitations on defense. But he uses phenomenal anticipation and speed to win more than his share of battles at that end of the floor.
Here's Gordon. Terrence Jones making his last shot, and it's Marcus Thornton with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. To the middle. And stolen by Howard. Right block shot. Brewer's shot is off. Pelicans trail by 17. Here's Gordon. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Gordon's got 4 points in the quarter.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Passes it to Brewer. He kicks it to Thornton. And another three for Houston.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Now here's Evans. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And the layup is good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
It's taken away by Brewer. Cannot hit. Great D that time from Davis. Pelicans trail by 16.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and 3-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
Left side Lawson. Pass to Brewer. Jones dishes to Lawson. Outside for Thornton. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And for Coach Kevin McHale, last year was his best. A lot of people thought he could have been easily the coach of the year, leading the Rockets to their 3rd best regular season in franchise history.
And Kevin, with McHale, he's got this team improving every year. His team's win totals have risen as well statistically as I think becoming a better team. Wins aren't always necessarily what determines how good you are.
And so here is Houston following the score by New Orleans. And the shot falls short this time.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open. 8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And a whole new 5 on the floor. Rockets leading by 14. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Now here is Holiday. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Cunningham. They get the rebound. Houston's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Here's Harden. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Pelicans trail by 16. Outside Holiday. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
Deep 2 from Anderson. Rebounded by Capella.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Shoots. Harden's shot is off.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it. Before getting dinged up, Ryan Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season his shooting percentages really went south.
That free throw missing. And getting back to Ryan Anderson, in 2012, he won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. Then, in the summer of that year, he landed an enormous contract in a sign and trade.
Yeah, and that's the good Ryan Anderson. If he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset, and he isn't just a shooter. He can get it done on the backboard as well. That's one he knows he should have drained.
Now the pass to Cole. Right side Holiday. He dishes it to Ajinça. 4 on the shot clock. And he gets it to go. Ajinça's got 5. Harden against Holiday. It's stolen by Ajinça. 4 seconds left. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Cole.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. The Rockets on top. They're up by 11. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Anthony Davis. And Anthony, based on how the game has been going so far, what's your attitude going to be when you come out to play the second half?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in the warm-up. So we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
Anthony, thank you. Guys, it should be all business when you step between the lines.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. He's got one of those streaks going lately where it doesn't seem like he can be stopped. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets? Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
Well, right now, they're getting a little embarrassed on the defensive end. They got outshot in the first half. But that's because no one put their foot down on defense to stop it. So in the second half, they need to play much more disruptive defensively. They have to do whatever it takes.
That does it for halftime as the game is just about set to get going again. We send you back to Kevin Harlan and crew for the third quarter.
Getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Here is Lawson. Motiejunas and Howard, the post pair. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. And it's Lawson in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Kevin McHale. That's good. Howard's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Rockets.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Now here's Davis. for three. Gordon, and again, New Orleans with the triple.
He might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in him.
Houston leading by 10.
You know, as the season wore on, guys, the Pelicans became a matchup that nobody wanted to see. Very tough against teams and had very few weaknesses, too.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting at 50% in a decent group. Here's Davis, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
And how about Anthony Davis? Grew 7 inches in one summer back in high school. You know, people forget he was committed to go to Cleveland State to play point guard out of high school. But then because of that growth, ends up signing at Kentucky, and the rest is history. So, I mean, you look at that 215-pound frame his rookie season, now up over 240, and that's enabled him to dominate the game even more. And I think it'll also help him improve his health.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. No good on the three.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Ariza against Evans. Davis setting the pick for Evans. To the inside, tries it from 9. And again, no good by New Orleans. And Davis admitted he might have stayed another season at Kentucky if he'd known how NBA players would go at him physically in his rookie season.
Yeah, they look to punish him, but he's put on the weight he needs to hold his ground now. He doesn't want to get too much bigger, though. Quickness is such a huge part of his game. Doesn't want to lose that.
A nice shot by Pondexter.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
There's the dish to Moniunas. High post, Howard. On the wing, Harden. Pelicans pull it in.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Evans kicks to Pondexter. And the rebound goes to Howard.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
Harden draws the double. Here's Moniunas, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. That free throw, no good. Like last season, we saw Moniunas make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Jones checked in for the Rockets. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And the Pelicans also making a change. Babbitt's checked in.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
I tell you what, you got to love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
That is good. And the Rockets lead by 9.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket. And Moniunas actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets look to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
For the Rockets, Capella's checked in, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Ty Lawson. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Cunningham passes to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Cole.
And Moniunas is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And Holiday, here we go. Misses from close range. Houston leading by 9. Capella dishes to Harden. And it's Houston with another.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead. Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
For the Rockets, Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Capella. And Trevor Ariza subbed in for Terrence Jones. .146 left in the third. Here's Cole, defended by Beverly. Holiday, no one around him. Kept alive. Ajinça banked in off the glass. Ajinça's got his third basket of the night.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Now here's Beverly. Down low. And here's Ariza. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Outside Holiday. Here's Cole, guarded by Harden. Here's the screen. 5 on the clock. Holiday with the 3, but they recover it. And Anderson kicks to Holiday. It's Ajinça, top of the key. Holiday against Harden. Holiday attacking. Here's Ajinça. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Ajinça's got 4 this quarter.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Harden with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. In the corner, it's Brewer. There's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. And Cole kicks to Anderson. From 13, Cole the pass to Holiday. He feeds it to Cole to the left side wing. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Rockets lead by 7. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. So it's the Pelicans now. 7-point differential. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Gordon and Pondexter are the wingmen. The shot-blocking pair of Davis and Ashik inside. And it's Evans in at the 1. Now here's Davis. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And really. I thought Anthony Davis a season ago just took the league by storm. I mean, jaw-dropping numbers. I think you could argue if the Pelicans' record had been a little better, he probably would have won the league MVP.
Houston making a switch here. Montezumas has checked in. And you look at the development of Anthony Davis last season, far and away the best player, efficiency rating-wise, in Clark, the NBA.
Yeah, that's called PER, player efficiency rating, one of the 4 best marks in NBA history for Davis, alongside Chamberlain, Jordan, and LeBron James.
And the basket by Gordon.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's Lawson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
That's good from Lawson. You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Gordon. Houston's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Lawson kicks to Montezumas. Back to Lawson. And some nice passing there by Houston. Ariza with the bucket.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what Alvin Gentry had to say to the team. He told his players, turnovers are killing us right now. We can't keep trying to make the home run play. Settle down, run the offense, and make a simple pass. Kevin, sounds easy enough.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Capella. Terrence Jones comes in for Montezumas. And it's James Harden in for Patrick Beverly. Now, here is Harden after Eric Gordon's miss. And the call will be against Ty Lawson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Screen by Asik.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnover that they forced tonight has also helped.
Gordon playing very well. 18 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Davis to the left side wing. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Harden with it. Picked up by Davis. Harden kicks to Howard. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Guys, he's got the length to get to the rim, and when he gets there, you never see a clumsy or awkward finish out of him. Everything is smooth and fluid.
Deflects the pass. And it's Omer Ashik with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back, man. His body betrays him.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
Eunice is checked in for Houston. Patrick Beverly comes in for Ty Lawson. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Ariza goes in. Over in the corner, Beverly. Nice form on the 20-footer. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. Had back and knee issues. It's highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important games. That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Here's Evans. James Harden picking up that last basket. Evans dishes to Davis. Back to Evans. 6 on the shot clock. A look from Gordon. They get it again. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Have a little extra mojo going here, a little extra pep in their step, more hustle in this second half. They're doing a much better job in terms of second chance points.
Houston leading by 9. Harden with it. Evans picks him up. Beverly the pass to Harden. Harden draws the double. Lets it fly. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Pelicans trail by 11. Evans outside. Here's Davis. Here's Hushik. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Very high quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They trail by 9. 1:41 left in the game. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He's on fire. And they needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
With the big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Jones comes in for Moniunas. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Lawson in for Patrick Beverly. 1:41 left in the fourth. Screen by Ashik. Davis kicks to Ashik. He used that pick to get in close. Ashik's got 7 now in this quarter.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Harden draws the double. On the wing, Jones. A 3 ball, and Davis sends it back. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Wide open. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists tonight.
Man, did they need those points, and I bet he's the guy that continues to go for it.
Well, unless they alter the defense on him, I mean, he should be the guy they go to. His height gives him a huge edge the way they're playing him now, so keep going to it until the defense adjusts.
Now, here is Harden, just 5 on the clock. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Evans kicks to Pondexter. There's the 3. Ashik dishes to Pondexter. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Connects! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And stolen by Gordon.
Still a chance here, but they need to score.
I really agree, but it has to happen on every possession. They need points every trip. Nothing but bottom for Gordon. He's got him falling right now.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're ahead by 1. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Houston making some changes. We got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're trailing by 3. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick 2. I think they've got to look for a quality 3 to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now.
.20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Looks for Evans, gets it to him. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And the free throw, no good. Now the Rockets with it. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're trailing by 3. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And you know what? You got a couple options here. You can take the 3 to tie it or get the quick 2 and then a foul.
And, you know, if it opens up for them inside, the quick 2 would be the way I would lean, Greg. But the foul has to come immediately after that.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The feed now to Davis. Dishes to Gordon. Kicks to Pondexter. To the paint. Here's Evans. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. We were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw good.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, James, it certainly seemed the entire team stayed with the game plan and stayed focused to try to play at the pace you're looking to.
Yeah, they did a good job, very good job. We tried to push the ball as much as possible. They kept getting offensive rebounds, so we stuck with it 4 quarters and grinded it out.
Well, terrific win. Congratulations. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
Anytime you deliver that sort of production we saw from him tonight, you're going to put your team in position to win. He gave them points in bunches, and when they needed them. It's not always about how much you get, but when you get those points up on the board.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.